Good afternoon, everyone. It is a rainy afternoon here in Washington, and it's a perfect time for another album review. And today's album is 1991 U2 Achtung Baby. So I'm going to roll up the sleeves here and try to keep this short because this is easily one of my favorite albums of all time. This was a huge album for me when I was younger because it was a real turning point in me being able to like the kind of music that I wanted to like, and buy the music that I kind of wanted to like, and like get into it and like really invest in it in my soul. Sit there and listen to it for hours and study it and let it affect me, that kind of thing. Because this is a huge contrast to 80s U2. If you know 80s U2, this is a big contrast. Joshua Tree is probably one of the most famous albums of all time, one of the most listened to and sold. And how do you top that? How do you come off of 2 tours, worldwide tours, and being so big and popular, and then do something like this, which is radically different? Now the thing is, quick story, they left Ireland, they went to Berlin to record this, and they got to Berlin the day after the wall fell. So the kind of liberation that they experienced in Berlin was very inspiring. And I remember reading of The Edge said that they did everything very inspired. They didn't think too much about it. They didn't, kind of get too mental about trying to figure out. They just kind of did it, and they just let the record be very in the moment, which is kind of referenced by the collage of pictures that they have. Well, I'll show you the collage of pictures that they have, because they're going to different locations, like the Turkish part of Berlin, seeing different monuments and things, different art, different culture, different food, all the graffiti, the little cars, all that kind of stuff. It really influenced them and affected them. And they wrote, every track is amazing. So, what is it, 11 tracks? Whatever it is. They wrote 11, 12, I don't know. Amazing tracks here, from the very beginning to the very end, from Zoo Station all the way to Love Is Blindness. I just think every song is so important, it's so impactful to me. And that's a garbage truck. Every song is so impactful and so important to me. If I had to pick a favorite, I don't think I could. Honestly, I really love some of the deep cuts. I really love Trying to Throw Your Arms Around the World. And I really love So Cruel. I have to say that's probably my favorite. It's a very hard call, but So Cruel is probably my favorite. And also, I really do embrace the darker side of U2 here with this. I'm a big fan of pop, of course. But this is just simply one of the greatest albums of all time. You can read a lot more about it than I can even tell you. I can just tell you the impact it had on me. I love every song on it. Like the solo on The Fly is so good. It gives me chills to listen to it. There's this really cool scale, of course, but then there's at the end when Bono comes back and sings in the falsetto, Love, Shine Like a Burning Star. The Edge does the what on the wah, and it just hits that high range, and it just pierces like, ow! Of course, this has One. One is one of the most famous songs, and these songs really stand the test of time too. Also, there was a time, I'm not sure when, but a bunch of contemporary artists covered every song in this album. It's a really cool idea, but it just goes to show the impact of this record. I think like 9 Inch Nails did Zoo Station, Jack White did Love Is Blindness, The Killers did Ultraviolet, on and on. So it's really that kind of record that has that kind of impact, and I was not spared from that impact. All the waves and the ripples hit me, and they're still hitting me. I just love this music. Very nostalgic, of course. I was probably, I don't remember how, honestly I don't remember how old when I started hearing it, but once I started listening to it, I didn't stop. And it is easily one of my favorite records of all time. My rating, gold. If you haven't heard Achtung Baby, you really should. Oh, there's the garbage truck again. If you haven't heard Achtung Baby, you really should. This is a very Achtung Baby review, isn't it, with the garbage truck in the back. If you haven't heard it, you really should. Please check it out. I'll put as many links for the videos as I can. I'm sure some of these songs you already know. Thank you very much for watching. Hope the garbage truck goes away. Have a wonderful day.